Hey everybody, welcome back to Landshark Garage. On this episode of Project Groundhog Day, not the actual day, but the movie, where it seems like you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and it's never getting done, I think we might be able to get done, but don't count on it. So in the last episode, me and Jake knocked out these, me and Jake knocked out these floorboards, got them all welded in, got this rocker panel all cut, ready to weld in right there. Kind of good there, not real great. Say hi. Hey, knucklehead. Ooh, say hi. Anyway, here we go. So, it appears, let me put my coffee down, that the old Cyclops, right down here, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to have to do some fabricating to make that all fit as nice as everything else. And when I finished up last episode, I thought I could just put this rocker panel right in there, which I can. Very little work to do to get that to pop in there, but then I remembered that I have to do this back one, and I really believe that I can't do this one solid until I know how this one fits right about here, because as I showed you in the last episode, they don't make a real good panel for back here. And actually this is in fairly good shape right along here. So we're going to do the right thing and not worry about this right here or this little bit right here that needs some attention. We're going to get this cut and ready to go in here. Take a look at that cab corner. Make sure we don't have a mess there to deal with. We have to put this same rocker panel on the passenger side too. I didn't finish that up. Once that's done, we're pretty much done with rust repair on the cab. We'll be able to do our seam sealing, put down our peel and seal, which we got a load of the other day, and put in our carpet, seats, interior, stuff like that, and start working on the doors. Picked up this guy this week. It's a surface conditioner by Bauer, which is a hobo freight thing. You know, we're going to see how that guy works as far as stripping paint, because the doors need to be stripped down anyway. Got some good reviews on YouTube. I'm not going to do a tool review on it. I'll tell you what I think of it when I use it. Let's get after this. Man, that was fast, wasn't it, Mrs. Landshark? That, whoosh, she really hates that when I do that. She likes gradual panning so that you don't get seasick. Of course, she'll probably edit most of that out, so no worries. All right, let's put this rocker panel in. Wild card weekend, so we're only working until about 3 o'clock, and then we're going to see how our favorite Minnesota Vikings do or don't do. And then we'll get back after it later. So I had to get these spot welds out so I can get the rest of this rocker arm fold over off. Looks like we might have to put this backers. It's a little rusty over in here. Well, it's rusty over in here. A little rusty. Anybody got a better way of doing spot welds? I've seen a few on the internet. Yeah, let's take a look at the cab corner. Huh. What do you think, Jake? I think we should probably gonna have to do that cab corner before we do this, aren't we? Yep. Let's get it all hacked out of there and see. But I think we're gonna have to do the cab corner first, just because I keep going all the way through the back. It's not good, Jake. think we need to jack this thing up. How's that sound, Jake? So my jack stand's frozen solid on the ground outside. My wooden blocks are frozen solid on the ground outside, so the only height I could get out of it was to put it on the old wheel dollies, but I think that little bit might help some anyway. Just this up and down on the floor, needing a hoist type thing, but don't really need a hoist. So let's take a look at this cab corner and see what we got here. So, probably will just touch that up and get a piece cut. So we're just gonna lay that cab corner in there, mark it high. So we got room to play with. And we can mark it a second time if we need to. I'm just gonna cut off just a chunk I'm gonna use, and this will just be spare metal. Add this to the pile. Actually, I was looking at this angle right here. That might be kind of handy over here on the passenger side where I'm doing the rocker at, because a little bit of that curve was rusty, and I might be able to just scooch that right in there. Nothing goes to waste here at Land Shark Garage, except for aluminum beer cans. We don't recycle them. We probably should. Yeah, it looks right. So I kind of hang on to everything till I'm completely done with that, and then like this is my scrap pile here. Oh, this is just my scrap pile from this truck. I have all the stuff from Mrs. Landshark 68. All the good stuff. Half a floorboard there. A dog that wants to play basketball. I don't know why you love that stupid basketball so much. What are you doing? I just got to do some fine tuning to get it up in there, and then we'll tack it in real quick and move on to the rocker. Got that cleaned. This corner right here just sucks to get into, and that's where my problem's at right now. That is welding horribly. And I'm thinking I got pretty accomplished at welding rusty junk, but man. And this part up here isn't even bad rusty. I don't know why it's blowing so bad, unless it's, I just don't know. But there. Now we can start working on that rocker panel. Mock this up. Since I can't weld, might as well work on this. Sometimes it's a good idea just to step back and take a break. Start working on something else. Get back to that. When I get back to that, I just still got to get this tacked in anyway, so I can work on that front part, so I can do it all in one shot. I'll just weld everything together. But I kind of guesstimated how much of this, I don't want to be handling this whole 6-foot piece or 5-foot piece, so I'm going to cut it down to just what I'm going to use. Throw this on the spare pile, have that ready to go, so we can start whittling it down so it fits in the hole. Let's make some sparks.
Sparks are good. Sparks are good. We make sparks. Sparks are good, Jakey. Jakey, come back in, relaxes, precious.
That's my best Gollum impersonation. Best one I could do, sorry. No, I didn't just draw a line. I put a piece of tape on there. Maybe I'm trying to get rid of tape. I'll do it because Jake likes sparks. What's that? The old steel roof really lets the snow slide, man. Jake don't know what to think. Actually, when I got over there and started looking at it, it's going to be way more better for me to cut this lip off here. Since all that steel is good right along here, I can just spot weld this in there and yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, is just cut this piece off. Then I can get this piece to slide in there, get it the way I want to, because there's a kind of starts to bow up here. There's a little bow here. Not enough room for this. I don't need this piece in here. Actually, my metal is good down to about midway on the rocker, but to me, it seems like this would be kind of a logical place to make that connection, or that attach this to that. So I've got my spot down here that's going to go to my backer, the rocker piece number 1, inner rocker. There we go. And then I'll get this piece cut off and we'll layer in there and see how much more we got to do. The only thing that bothers me is there's just a little bit of a curve there, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right, Jake? Oh, that was fun. I should have some safety glasses on. It's lucky for me I have lightning fast squinting abilities. I saw it coming. I squinted, caught it with my eyelid instead of my eye. I don't want to go visit Mrs. Landshark in the ER today. That's where she's hanging out. Well, not because she's hurt. That's what she does for a living. Oddly enough, doesn't like smoke. Likes sparks, but not smoke. It's probably the longest cut I've made with this Milwaukee. Feels like it's getting thermally exasperated. Should we shoot the sparks out the front this time? Okay, ready? Okay, ready? Cut. Project Groundhog Day. Man, I can't wait to drive this thing out of the garage. On to the next project. What should we get next, Jake? Should we get a station wagon? Puddin's doing a station wagon. That looks kind of fun. Station wagons are hard to find. Should we get a crew cab? Four-door car. Can't afford a 2-door. That's for show. Just got a little more fine tuning right here. Let's try and get this all together. Straighten this corner up. Straighten this up. And we're gonna be golden, pony boy, once I figure out what's going on with my welding. Not blaming the welder. I may be blaming the guy running the welder, but not the blunt welder. I don't know what is going on, because it's pretty good metal. Get everything fitting together nice. Hopefully. And we'll check back in. We're back at her. Groundhog Day number 2. Dog. Went ahead and got that part cut out. Got a patch cut for that. Everything's ready to go in. I have to do a little fine tuning in this area. This is probably the worst part of doing this rocker arm project is this part right in here, just because of the tie-in between the two to try and make it look right. Don't know if I'm going to get it there, but it's not going to be rusty. Granted, We're not going to get all the rust out of this thing, but we're going to have her drivable here before too terrible long. So I'll check back in when we got this all burned in and give you a look at it. Well, I can officially say this is done, Jake, right? We're done, aren't we? Well, we still got to grind and do body work and putty and stuff like that, but the rocker panel is on. This was probably the most time-consuming thing body-wise I've ever done. I still got some trimming to do on the lower part of the rocker panel, but everything's in. Hopefully my doors line up. I don't think that'll be a problem. I still have a spot on the passenger side that I gotta finish this back piece. I was talking to Mortsky and he didn't know that this part back here, well, I mean, he was aware of it, but you can't buy a panel for that has this curve and this curve in it. The panel, like you saw the one I was using, basically is just a footstep, not even a full footstep. So some people have taken panels from Suburbans, but then you're just dealing with more rust from a different vehicle. So cab corner, this rocker panel and the backers are on. That floorboard's done. Still got a spot I got to put in here. I've got that all cut. I just got to put it in. Same way with the other side. I've got most of that ready to go, sitting right there. I just have to figure out on that side. I'll just show you. See, on this side I have to be able to get this curve in there. I'll have to use the other side as a template because I'm not sure where that piece got off to, and then I'll just be able to zip that rocker panel in. We can start working on the box. Hopefully next episode will be us doing some interior stuff other than storing a bunch of clamps and grinders and deflated basketballs, whatnot in there. So alright, thanks for following along. Mortsky and I were talking about how rust restoration videos are not the big grabber like a Will It Run is, but I appreciate you guys for watching and the comments that we get. Never forget, drive your shit. God, I can't wait to drive this thing. Oh, buddy.